The big four Metaverse projects: Decentraland, Sandbox, CryptoVoxels, and Somnium Space. These are the ROIs from when they came out to today. So Decentraland launched and they did an initial land offering at $20 per land parcel in December 2017. Sandbox did a 48 for 2019. The CryptoVoxels did 50 in September 2018. It was around $50. It was priced in Ethereum. And then Somnium Space actually did an auction, so they didn't sell it flat rate. They actually did it where you could bid. So the average bid was from $100 to $500. But from there to today, the prices are gone astronomical since then. I mean, being there on those days, like it was very risky to see it because when they came out, they didn't have what they have today, right? They didn't have the users, they didn't have the worlds, they just had concept images. So I think that you have to kind of like internalize that, like, yeah, sure, it was $20 a launch, but there were also a lot of other projects that were launching at that same price. And you wouldn't know that those things would have been successful. For me, I didn't start buying into the Central Inner Sandbox until around like 2019, 2020, after they had come out with at least some gameplay footage, right? So I think that there's a strategy there. I don't think that the price per launch is as important. What's nice about virtual land is that you can buy off the secondary market, and then it's a much better way to go about it because you can get a much better sense of where these projects stand as opposed to trying to buy in at a pre-sale or buy in at a public sale before they've even come up with anything. In 2021, right, we had the bull market, so everyone was believing that we were going to keep going. So the projections there were, well, okay, as first, like things that already happened, right, in 2021, according to Metametric Solutions, there was $501 million in real estate sales just amongst the big four. They predicted it was going to double to 1 billion in 2022. I'm not so sure if that's going to happen given the reversal, right, how we seem to be going into a bear market. But I do believe that the market is going to keep growing over time. At least, if you look out a decade from now, the market is going to at least 20x from where it was last year. The price of an average parcel on these metaverse platforms has increased. You can see that from the previous slide, that the values of these parcels is going up no matter what, depending on is just going up over time. And then even so, it's still coming from a very small amount of wallets. So there's only 25,000 individual crypto wallets, according to Republic Realms, that are participating in this market right now, right? So very small opportunity. The number of users is small, and the number of people that are actually buying and selling the land inside the world is also very small. So there's a lot of opportunity for growth. But we do seem to be heading into a reversal. So this is a price tracker. So I've been tracking the price of all of these metaverses since September, at least the big four, including an extra one, Axie Infinity, which I think is like the 5th largest. And it, the red line is when Meta rebranded to, or when Facebook rebranded to Meta. So you can see there's a pump after that, but right around New Year's time and ever since then, we've kind of been on a downtrend, just like the rest of the market has. So I think at this point, we've wiped out any of the increase that has happened from the rebrand. So you can see the prices are kind of the same as they were before the rebrand. So it kind of lost its effect on the market. The market has kind of adjusted, or was it like it went back to the norm, or the way, the regular growth that it was. But if you zoom out and look back at the history, let's look at Decentraland. So ever since it launched in 2018, the Decentraland price is a couple $1,000s, even less. After first there was the DeFi bull market of 2021 when everybody was yield farming and then kind of getting more interest in there, plus everything that was happening with the pandemic. And then after the Meta rebrand, you see that same pump there. But even after it went back down from that, it's still much higher than it was all the previous years. So I think in general, pretty much everyone that's been doing virtual land for more than a couple of months is doing well in it. Same thing with Sandbox, same thing with Somnium Space. So these are the charts there. And these charts are all, the first chart is one that I created, the white one, but this one is, these three are available at nonfungible.com. So you can go to that. Nonfungible.com is an analytics tool. You can search actually for any NFT, not just like for virtual land, but you can search for any NFT. You can plot it against a chart, and you can look at the average sales. You can look at the average price per day. for the past week, the past year, the past all time. So if you're doing a lot of research into this, that's a tool I highly recommend. Now, getting into buying and selling the virtual land itself.